Wanted to show you a project that I've got going on. This came in like this. This is supposed to be a slug unit. The guy sent it to me, and you notice the fuel tank's off of it right there. The guy sent it to me, and I don't know if you can see it here in the video or not, but looks like the shell is a little warped. It fits tight. This ain't, looks like a lifelike type shell. He just, like I said, he's making a slug out of it. No motor, just a little dummy slug. But I'm gonna have to do some work to it. You can see right there, it's actually kind of wrinkled and warped up. The guy that done this first, he's actually done some pretty nice work to it. He left the doors on it. It's got doors on both sides. Looks like he used 2 end caps off of 2 shells. And I'm going to see what I can do with it. See about getting it straightened out. Figured I'd make a little video about this too. So just bear with me and we'll be right back. Okay, this is what I've done so far. The inside I had to shore up. I added some pieces in there to kind of straighten it out a little bit. It's still got a little warp to it, but there's just not that much you're going to be able to do with it. And it was also a little light, so I cut a piece of this old locomotive frame out, and I've got it glued in there, and it's setting. I'm going to go ahead and glue that back to the bottom, put its little tank back on, and yeah, this is, so far I've got the structure coming along pretty good. And as I go along, I'll take some more video and just show some different steps. Be back. Now, what I've done is I've kind of skipped over, and I didn't mean to. I got a little carried away while I was working. I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but I decided I was going to put some weight in this thing because it was awfully light. So I put a piece of a Athearn blue box frame inside here, and this come out of an F unit, this weight here. That's just an old weight that I had for an Athearn, and I've glued it in, strapped it in there, and it's already, I kind of checked it out. I also added some doors. I had an old set of Canon doors, and where they had whoever constructed this to start with, they had it looked like it was part of the actual hood, and they just left the doors on it. So I wanted to go ahead and just make the doors stand out a little bit. So I put doors on both sides. I put a hatch up here on the top. I put another hatch on this side, just to kind of add a little flavor to it, you know. Not all slugs are the same. That's the beauty of doing a freelance road anyway. You can do pretty much what you want to, but it has 4 doors on it and 2 hatches at the top. It also has, I noticed it's got little old lights that they're really more or less I don't know if they weren't clear. So what I'm going to do is probably just make them look like lights anyway. I'm debating also on, with the frame, I noticed that it's got the coupler hooked to the wheels. I want to put a pilot on the front of it and make it actually look like something. I think I'm going to take a razor and cut this off and just glue me some Kato couplers in place. And that's as far as I've gotten so far. Hold on a minute, and I will stick the shell on there and let you take a look. Okay, here it is with the shell sitting on the actual frame. Hear my dog down there sniffing. She's mad because I won't let her outside just right now. But I noticed, you know, it being plastic, it's raised up like right there on the ends. I'm gonna have to glue all this in place just to make it stay, and that's what I'm gonna do. I mean, this ain't gonna be taken apart. This is just gonna be, you know, distributed power. I left this at a little crack because I wanted to leave it open like that, and maybe, you know, of course there's no hole there, but you know, for an actual doorway, but I wanted it to give the appearance that it's kind of opened. And if you look, it is. I'm going to paint inside there black in this. Let me get where I can point. Right in there, I'm going to paint that black so it looks like it's a doorway, opened, cracked open. But yeah, I think it's coming along nice. I've got to figure out what I'm going to do for handrail. And I also noticed where the battery boxes were. See, this was an old locomotive of some type, because it had places where either the shell was screwed through the battery box or whatever. But yeah, anyway, that's where I'm at so far, and I apologize for skipping over the little bit that I did, if I did. I'm not even sure. This is over a few days, and I can't remember where I'm at, much less where I'm going. Looking for a little brake lever. I think I'm gonna kind of gussy this thing here up and put a chain down there so it'll have a brake lever on this end. I am going to put number boards in it. I've decided to do that, and of course this video will show the finished product. But that's where I'm at, guys. We'll be back here shortly. You notice it looks like it's got paint streaks. That's actually the styrene. I don't know if they run a piece of coarse sandpaper over it or what they done, but you know, it really needed some body work. But it's just, we'll see how it looks after. I'm gonna do it without doing any more boxes. I've already painted it. You know, I really don't want to go back over it and have to redo anything. You know, it's a pain in the butt. But plus, I've got so much more that's ready to be done. I've got one SD40-2 that's going to be for another guy, and it's going to have a little strobe beacon and all that stuff in it. So, you know, I've got a lot of orders to fill. But anyway, I'll be back with a little more footage on this, show you the finished product, maybe here in the next few days. I'm not really sure. Got a lot of work to do at work too. But we'll be back. Alright, I have added a pilot. I glued couplers into place. In the last part of this video, I showed you this was actually open. You can see there. I just took a piece of styrene and cut out a pilot to make that a solid piece. I thought it would look better, and of course we know it will. These are the trucks, and that is where the original couplers were. I guess this is like a Tyco or whatever, but that's where the original couplers were. I took a hacksaw and just hacksawed those off, both trucks, and I made sure that I reinstalled the trucks again and made sure that they would make their complete turn without bumping into those couplers. And the couplers actually fit. They stick out a little bit on each side. You can see it right there. Just put it in front of that light, in front of that white. Yeah, you can see it there on this side. This side sticks out a little further, but it's not bad. I mean, it's not going to be anything that's noticed once we get it together. But yeah, I'm on. Again, you know, I just dropped in to show you this part of it, and we're going to move on to the next part. I'm just waiting on the glue to dry. Okay, guys, we're back with the next step, and right now I'm actually in the process of putting his decals on his slug shell. And also, in the last part of the video, I showed you the seal on the locomotive. For those of you who don't know, this part here, I even got a little mess here where I've been working. I guess I'm just not going to win this battle. This part here is the seal. Most every locomotive has an exterior seal. The newer ones, there's the seal on that locomotive. Just so you know. Anyway, I went on and painted that gray to match, and I've already shown you, I think, where I installed the pilots on the front. And I put KD couplers on it. After this, the salva set sits. Isn't that a tongue twister? Salva set sits. After it sits and these dry up and actually sit down where they are, I'm going to go ahead and put the number boards on them. But while that's going on the seal, I'm going to use, I'm going to make some handrail to go on there. probably going to use the Athearn blue box style handrail since there's not really anything to fit this. But yeah, that's going to be the next set, or the next part of the show or video, whatever you want to call it. That's going to be the next part of the video. I'll show you where I've got the handrails installed, and this will be sitting on there. I don't know if we're going to weather it or not. He really hadn't decided on. I've been in contact with him. He hadn't decided on what he wants to do with it. But yeah, anyway, we'll be back here in just a little bit. I just want to show you this part of the build, and just let you kind of see it, like I said, all the way through. Alright, I wanted to show you now. What I did was I had some Athearn blue box stanchions. You can see there where it's, of course, this video camera just stinks. But anyway, you can see there where it's broke. What I did was I had a bunch of old SW15 handrail tops and just a bunch of blue box stanchions, and I just pieced them together to make the handrail. I'm going to glue this somehow and make it stay, and it'll work. But yeah, it looks pretty good, you know, just all in all. So I've got the seal done. I'm going to probably add, if I've got them, some hoses, that kind of thing, to make it look right, you know, just to add a little detail to it. And of course, I'm going to have to apply some more Solvaset on here. Around the doors, the decal's not sitting really well, so a little bit more Solvaset will work. And I'm also going to apply the number boards, and then we'll have a little reveal showing the completed end of the build. But anyway, appreciate you sitting through this, and I hope you got something from it. You know, just looking at that right there, that's really, there's a wire there. You just can't see it. I don't know if this camera, there it is. But yeah, that's it for at this point. I've got a little paint dress up I need to do, like on the sides there. I'm going to do a little bit of weathering to it, not a lot. And then we'll do the reveal here. So, yeah, that'll be the next step. We'll be right back. Okay, anyway, this is the slug that I put together for Eddie. And I forgot to say at the beginning of the video, a guy by the name of Brian Richardson actually built this shell. And he put the seal and the shell together. He took two high hoods, cut them down. You know the drill. He done a really nice job on it. And there was actually two doors underneath each door set that you see on, and there's two on the other side too. He done a really nice job on it, but I wanted to put these doors on it to kind of make the doors stand out a little bit. I actually, let's see if I can zoom in there and get it. Yeah, I actually put the number boards on it, number 900, which is what he wanted it numbered as. I'm going to paint the handrails on this thing to make it match the other locomotives. And at the end of this video, there will be some shots, some pictures I'm going to take, and I'll actually post them at the end of the video just to kind of show what they look like together, the three of them. It's going to be a pretty nice little trio he's going to have here. But yeah, this is the finished end result of it. I got the air hoses on it. The only thing I didn't have was the electrical cables to go on it, and he's supposed to be sending me some, but I wanted just to go ahead and show what I've got as far as just the finished product. I wanted to go ahead and get the video out, that kind of thing. But yeah, I think it came out pretty nice. Like I said, stay tuned, and at the end of the video there'll be some pictures of the three of them together out on the layout. And I hope y'all have enjoyed the video, and y'all just keep watching the channel, subscribe, comment, rate, whatever you want to do. God bless you, and y'all come back now. Yeah.